Chinese tourist kidnapped and robbed by fake police in Pattaya. A Chinese tourist was kidnapped, tied up, threatened with a weapon, and robbed of over 230,000 baht, approximate 6,060 euros, by fake police officers in Pattaya. This alarming incident further tarnishes Thailand's image among Chinese visitors. Chinese tourism has already been declining due to abduction scandals in Myanmar involving call center gangs. This new case raises fresh concerns about tourist safety. Kidnapping disguised as a police operation. The abduction occurred at 5:30 a.m. on Thursday, July 10, 2025. According to Pattaya Municipal Police, 52-year-old Lin Yifan was having noodles with two fellow Chinese nationals in Nak Luya, on North Pattaya Road. After the meal, they split up. Lin called a taxi using a mobile app. Shortly after, a white SUV pulled up. Two men in black hoodies forced him into the vehicle. Despite resisting, he was overpowered. A witness reported hearing one of the attackers shout, "I'm the police. You're a call center scammer." Bystanders, believing it was a real arrest, did not intervene. Bound, threatened, robbed and abandoned. Inside the SUV, Lin was handcuffed, threatened with a weapon. He couldn't tell if it was real, and searched. The attackers took 2 iPhones, 15,000 baht in cash, his glasses, and transferred 150,000 baht from his bank account using a Chinese banking app. He was later abandoned at a shooting range, 9 kilometers from the abduction site. A security guard found him in shock and alerted authorities. Total losses exceeded 230,000 baht. Pattaya police are investigating and pursuing suspects. Rising crime raises alarm in Pattaya. This incident adds to a series of crimes unsettling tourists and expats in Pattaya, including theft, assault, and extortion. Once considered vibrant but safe, the city's reputation is now being questioned. Despite increased patrols and government efforts, trust among tourists and foreign residents continues to erode. Thailand's domestic tourism stimulus fails to gain traction. Despite a generous co-payment program aimed at boosting domestic tourism, Thai citizens are not rushing to book travel. On July 1, the Tourism Authority of Thailand, TAT, launched a subsidy scheme offering up to 3,000 baht, 79 euros, per night for hotel stays. The campaign runs from July to October 2025, covering 50% of trip costs for Thai nationals. A rocky launch and limited success. The rollout began with major technical issues, forcing a switch to a new app. Since then, the program has struggled to attract users. The Ministry of Tourism blames economic hardship, a limited choice of approved accommodations, and delays in implementation. Slow start despite high sign-ups. Funded with 1.75 billion baht, the program promised discounts of up to 50%. Yet by July 11, only 91,008 of the 1.58 million registered users had actually used their benefits. As a result, 408,992 privileges went unused. Economic and logistical obstacles. Tourism and Sports Minister Sorowong Thianthong admitted the results were disappointing. Despite attractive discounts, economic constraints are dampening travel interest. Another key issue, limited availability. Only 5,254 businesses, hotels, restaurants, and attractions were approved, compared to over 40,000 applications. Late registration and suspension issues. The ministry criticized the TAT for opening operator registration only on June 25, just days before the program's launch. The required verification process is lengthy. Additionally, registration was paused from July 4 to 9 due to technical problems. No extension beyond October. Minister Sorowong said the campaign will not be extended again. It was already lengthened once from September to October. The current timeline gives tourists enough time to plan trips, he stated, though acknowledging results fall short for the early high season. Possible extension without extra budget. The government might increase the number of subsidies if all 500,000 benefits are claimed, but without additional funding, as national priorities shift toward trade issues like U.S. tariffs. Northern Thailand hit by devastating floods following heavy rain. Torrential overnight rain has caused widespread flooding across northern Thailand, with Phrae province hardest hit as forest runoff swept through Song district's villages and farmland. Fortunately, no injuries or deaths have been reported. Communities caught off guard. In Dien Chumpon, Song district, residents were caught by surprise early Saturday when runoff flooded their homes. They had no time to save their belongings as floodwaters rushed in. Authorities have begun assessing the damage and offering emergency aid. Temples and villages submerged. In Mae Hong Son, Rong Quang district, flooding reached Wat Yang Nuang, a major local temple. No structural damage has been reported, and efforts to drain the water are underway. Heavy rain warning issued. The Thai Meteorological Department issued a warning for heavy to very heavy rain in Mae Hong Son, Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Phrae, Nan, and Phrae, continuing into Sunday. Flash floods reported across the region. Chiang Rai, continuous rain caused floods in 8 villages in Doi Lan, Muang district. Nan, over 120 households in Nam Wap, Wiang Sa district, were hit by flash floods. Many residents woke early enough to move belongings. Mae Charam National Park was closed due to damaged roads. A landslide blocked the road between Ban Hat Rai and Ban Nam Pusamaki. Uttaradit, rescuers evacuated low-lying areas in Bangkok and Phrae, where floodwaters cut power to avoid electric shock risks. Mae Hong Son, storm winds knocked over trees and 5 utility poles in Muang district. Crews are working to restore electricity. Chiang Rai's Disaster Response Office reported flash floods in 15 districts, including Muang, Doang, Pa Dat, Wiang Pa Pao, Chiang Sain, Mae Chan, Chiang Kong, and others.